A very good morning, students. Welcome back to your business studies class. In the previous lecture, we had started with the steps in the planning process and we had discussed the first 4 steps in the planning process. In today's lecture, we would be completing this topic and we would be discussing the remaining steps in the planning process. So today we would be discussing the remaining 3 steps in the planning process: selecting an alternative, implementing the plan, and follow-up action. As we had discussed in the previous lecture that first we need to set the objectives. That is the first step in the planning process, setting objectives. Then after setting objective, we need to develop the premises, that is the assumptions or the forecasting for the future. Identifying alternative courses of action that are available to achieve the objectives. Then we need to compare all those alternative courses of action, that is evaluating alternative courses of action. Now today we would be discussing then that once we had evaluated the alternative courses of action, then we have to select the best alternative course of action, implement the plan and follow up. Selecting an alternative. This step involves selection of the best alternative. Now this is the real point of decision making. The best plan has to be adopted and implemented. The ideal plan would be the most feasible one, profitable and with least negative consequences. So most plans may not be subjected to mathematical analysis. In some cases, subjectivity and manager's experience, judgment and intuition are also important to select the most viable alternative. Sometimes a combination of plans may be selected instead of one best course. For example, let's say a production manager has selected a machinery which will increase the productivity by 50% and reduce cost by 20%, but it will increase idle time for workers also. So to overcome this problem of increased idle time, manager suggested that the same workforce may be used for packing the finished goods. So that means we have used a combination of plans. Step number 6, implementing the plan. Now once the final decision is made or the best course of action is selected, then follows its implementation. It is the step where direction provided through planning are converted into action. That is, it involves doing what is required. This step involves overall managerial functions as well. So for implementing the plans, managers start organizing and assembling resources for it. For example, if there is a plan to increase production, then more labor, more machinery will be required. So this step would also involve organizing for more labor and purchase of machinery. Next step is follow-up action. Now planning is an ongoing process, so manager's job does not get over simply by implementing the plans. So this step involves monitoring the plans and ensuring that activities are performed according to the schedule. Children, monitoring of plan is very important because it helps to verify whether the premises are holding true in the present condition or not. And if not, then immediate changes are made in the plan. So whenever there are deviations from plan, immediate action has to be taken to bring implementation according to the plan or make changes in the plan. For example, if a target of a company is to produce 12,000 bikes per year, then company must ensure that at least 1,000 bikes are produced per month. In case of any shortage, corrective actions must be taken. Secondary, derivative or supporting plans. Now secondary plans flow from the basic plan. These are meant to support and expedite the achievement of the basic plans. The secondary plans are always in conformity with the basic plan. For example, once the production plan is prepared, secondary plans regarding the raw materials, consumable stores, acquisition of necessary plant and equipment, training of workers, selling and distribution expenses, etc. are prepared. So without the derivative plans, master plan cannot be implemented. So derivative plans are pillars for the achievement of the master plan. So to recapitulate, we have completed the topic of steps in the planning process, in which we had studied the various steps that are involved in the process of planning. That is, setting objectives, set targets and results, After that, developing premises, that is assumptions, predictions regarding the future. Then identifying the alternative courses of action, that is finding various options available to achieve the objectives. Then after identifying, evaluating, that is comparing all the available options with their pros and cons, and then choosing one or combination of 2 or 3 alternatives to achieve the goals, that is selecting an alternative. Then implementing the plan, that is putting the plan in action, doing work as per the direction of plan. Then follow up, that is checking or keeping an eye to find out whether plans one working successfully or not. So, and you can remember this steps through the acronym that I have given you, that is SPICEF. So I hope you understood today's topic, and these are few questions based on the topic, that is steps in the planning process. Please complete these questions in your notebook and come up with your queries if you have any. Thank you so much, children.